All right, our friend Charles Barkley with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Charles, on our show, once had a bet with Jalen Hurts. Now's a good time to circle back, Charles. $180 million guaranteed.
Hey, that's good work if you can get it, isn't it?
It is.
Hey, you know what? It's well deserved. He earned it. It was a tough loss for my Eagles in the Super Bowl. But, man, he's a great kid. He's really gotten better as a passer. Shout out to him for just working on his craft, and I'm happy for him.
Hey, we're going to get to the NBA and the playoffs in just a second, but it's been a minute since we've talked to you here on the show, and Alabama's season ending the way it did at the Sweet 16, losing all three of your assistants to become a head coach, and you know how the portal is in college basketball. Can you just talk about how you think Alabama's season this past year should be, go down in history in the minds of Alabama fans, and then how tough it is to maintain that year in and year out in college basketball now?
Well, it was a disappointing end. Most people, myself included, picked them to at least get to the Final Four. Very disappointing. I think all the extra noise just really caught up them. Well, first of all, they didn't play well against San Diego State. But I think that the noise of all the stuff going on around the team just finally just wore them down. But I thought Brandon Miller's the best player in the country. He's probably going to go, if I had the second draft pick, I'd take him. But he's going to have to grow up and mature, get better friends. John Moran is going through that right now in the NBA, man. You got to when you're successful, man, you got to surround yourself with successful people. Because especially when you got all this money at stake. I mean, you just got to make sure you can't have any fools around you. And unfortunately, most of your fools around you are your family and your friends. So you have to let that go. I mean, because this is professional sports now going forward. He's got a chance to change the whole entire dynamic of his family's life. I mean, he's going to be able to make probably $500 million in the next 10 to 15 years. And all he got to do is play great basketball. So, but yeah, it was a disappointing end to their season. But Dunaway, man, this thing is so out of control. The NCAA, they're just a bunch of damn idiots. They've letting it got to the point where now the transfer portal is not really the transfer portal. It's the bidding war portal. That's what they should call it. I was talking to some people down at FAU, and, they don't have any seniors on that team of significance. And people were already trying to buy their players going into the weekend of the Final Four. So that's one of the reasons I'm not a big NIL guy, because every year you're going to have to re-recruit your own players. Because, bigger schools, especially if you're at a school like FAU or a smaller school, you're going to have to get in a bidding war for your own players every year. And I've actually talked to a couple of college coaches, well-known college coaches, like, yeah, these kids coming to my damn office at the end of the season telling me, Coach, I'm going to need another $150,000, $200,000 to stay. And, man, that's exactly what I knew was going to happen. I've been telling you guys for years, the NCAA, they're such damn boneheads. They were suspending guys for getting too many pair of sneakers. They suspended a guy who sold his bowl jersey. Hey, who want a damn bowl jersey? Like, come on, man. They got 192 bowls. Yeah, listen, and you know how much I love Alabama. But if there's a kid get offered a lot of money for his Birmingham Bowl jersey and he don't take it, he's a damn idiot.
Charles
now, if you got a Sugar Bowl, or Orange Bowl, a Rose Bowl jersey, maybe that's got significance. But I'm pretty sure, what's that damn, the Mayo Bowl down there?
Yeah, the Duke's Mayo Bowl in Charlotte.
Yeah. Listen, hey, there's not going to be a lot of collectibles for the Duke's Mayo Bowl shirt.
Well, like Auburn lost a big center commit, 4-star, and been with Auburn a long time. He's reopened his commitment. I don't know if it's all NIL, but like you said, you hear a lot of this. The challenge for Bruce and Nate and any other college coach, it is almost like year to year, it's a whole new team, it seems like.
Yeah, it is. And And
How do
like
you
I say, that's
how do you keep it going? How do you continue to be at the level they want to be when you're basically starting from scratch every year?
well, it's going to be difficult because two things. Number one, if you get a great player like a Brandon Miller, he's going to be gone after 1 year. But you have to go into the transfer portal right now after every season. I mean, it like that was my biggest concern about the whole thing. In 3 to 5 years, we're gonna have about 20 good teams, and that's all we're gonna have. And that's in basketball and football. Because kids are just gonna start going to the highest bidder. And so that really bothers me. And like I say, if you go to a smaller school, and football is different because you have to stay at least 3 years. But if you go to a smaller school in football and you're a really good player, the big boy is going to come knocking on your door with cash at the end of the season. So, like I say, the NCAA, they have nobody to blame but themselves. The toothpaste is out of the tube, and I don't even know how you get it back in there, guys. I mean, but these kids ain't going to want to stop making money. But I don't know. I just don't know how you're going to fix it. I mean, like I said, the toothpaste is out the tube.
The great Charles Barkley is with us. You'll see him on TNT throughout the playoffs. He's on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Let's turn our attention to the NBA playoffs now. What was the best individual performance? And I might leave one out here, but Jimmy Butler for the Heat and their win, Kawhi and their win, or De'Aaron Fox and Sacramento's win on Saturday night. 3 amazing performances this weekend.
Well, I think De'Aaron Fox breaking out was the biggest story, and I thought that was the biggest story because I picked them to lose to the Warriors. They had to win game 1 to get that confidence. They got to win tonight too. We got that game tonight. But I thought, man, Kawhi Leonard, we forget how great he was. This guy's he's been a Finals MVP twice, but he hasn't played really in the last 2 or 3 years. So we forget how great he was. And he let everybody know, like, okay, y'all forgot about me. I'm still the man. And because, when he went to Toronto and took a mediocre team to the finals and won, and then the next year he went to the Clippers and got hurt in the playoffs, and he's really missed the last 2 years, we like, what does he have left in the tank? And he let y'all know, because as I said on the show last night, people haven't been paying attention. He's been the best basketball player in the NBA the last month. No disrespect to Giannis and all these other guys, Joker and Embiid. But if you look at the numbers, Kawhi's played better than anybody the last month. And with that little 38 piece he put on the Suns last night, man, that was impressive. But him and Fox were very impressive. Butler played great, but man, you talk about altering thing. The whole thing is all about Giannis now because it opens up the whole thing in the Eastern Conference without Giannis. I thought it was between Boston and Milwaukee, but I tell you what, boy, that big loud roar you heard last night was from Boston because if Giannis is not there, Boston's going to the finals.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you on that. I did want to go back to that Golden State Kings. I watched the end of that the other night. I mean, Charles, they missed 34 threes, Golden State did, 16 of 50. You're probably not going to get that every night out of them, and the Kings only won it by 3. So even though they won that game, I do think you look at it and they're like, if Golden State shoots halfway normal, Golden State wins that game.
Well, there's a reason they wasn't shooting. That's because Sacramento was all over them. I mean, because, De'Aaron Fox, and first of all, they're only going to get more older because Fox is like 12. And, those guys – and like you say, they were trying to go. The reason they were missing those shots because they were trying to chase him around. And we talked about it yesterday. That team is young and explosive, and Golden State's got a lot of wear and tear on their bodies. So yeah, were they missing shots? Yes, but there's a reason they were missing shots. They were trying to chase De'Aaron Fox and Monk around, and then Sacramento actually played pretty good defense. But it takes chasing Fox around and Monk and Keegan Bradley and Sabonis, that took their legs away, and that's just game 1.
A doubleheader tonight on Charles's station TNT. Brooklyn and Philadelphia, Sixers up 1-0, and then that Golden State Sacramento nightcap where the crowd was unreal in Sacktown. They'll do game 2 coming up later tonight. Also in the NBA playoffs, you have the Lakers, who are old in places, but it was their no-name guys. I mean, I don't watch NBA every day like you do. Hachimura and Reeves were not LeBron and AD. I know LeBron and AD. I didn't know who the hell this Hachimura kid is. He had a big night helping the Lakers win this game.
Yeah, you got to get the Lakers credit. Their bench has been trashed the last 2 years. 1 year they went with a bunch of old guys who were past their prime, and then last year they went with a bunch of young guys who couldn't play dead. But this year, and I said it, you got to give Rob Pelinka a lot of credit. He got a bench. He getting Huchimara from the Wizards, but also getting all those guys from Minnesota. That was huge. Beasley, Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell. They actually got a legit NBA bench now. Their bench has been trashed for the last couple of years. But, man, give Rob Pelinka a lot of credit. He deserves a lot of blame for the last couple of years. But as I said on the show last night, I don't know how in the hell he got all those good players. Reeves is one of theirs, but all those other guys, they're like night and day. And like I say, they're going to beat Memphis because Memphis is missing two of their best players, and Steven Adams and Brandon Clark. They're going to beat them. But, man, the West is still – I was proud of Denver last night. They sent a message last night. They're the most disrespected number one seed. And, everybody's picking everybody else. I said, yo, man, y'all are disrespecting these dudes. They've been great all year. Jamal Murray, if he plays like he played last night, they're going to be tough to beat.
You, two of the franchises you played for, one hasn't won one in a while. One has never won one. The celebration will be huge in Philadelphia. They haven't won it since '83, but as you just said, if Giannis is out, it's going to be the Celtics in all likelihood. Phoenix has an uphill climb. What would the celebration be? I know what the celebration would be like in Philly. I've seen those fans. What would it be like in Phoenix if they were able to pull it off?
Well, I think it'll be tremendous. I mean, we got a great fan base. I mean, obviously, I'm biased because I live there. I mean, I think they would go. I would love to see them or the Sixers. Those are obviously my two teams, and I really root for both of them. But I think they both got uphill battles. But, man, Phoenix will be fun. I will tell you one thing. It'll be hot as hell, though. It'll be like 110, 115 around that time.
6:30 and 9 tonight, by the way. Charles was complaining about the late starts. It's 9 o'clock. Well, it's 10 Eastern. Yeah. It's 9 hour time, 10 your time. That's still late, Charles.
Yeah, I don't like when they do that. I actually got a couple of really nice texts from friends of mine in Denver. That game didn't start really to 9 o'clock local time. I don't think that's fair. There was no reason we couldn't do what the other network did Saturday, where they did 1, 3:30, 6, and 8. I just think starting games at 10:50 is when the game tipped off. Starting games at 11 o'clock Eastern. And like I say, people in Denver were even complaining, like, why are we playing a weekend game? And our kids got to go to school tomorrow. We're always trying to reach a younger demographic. But why are we starting the game at 10:30 at night and 9 o'clock at local time? That just really bothered me. We had the whole day to ourselves. I mean, we always try to avoid football, but listen, if we can't beat the XFL and the USFL, we shouldn't play with the NBA playoffs. We should not. Hey, we should give our we pay $2.5 billion a year. We should be paying a lot less if we can't beat the USFL and the XFL.
That's why they don't let you negotiate, Charles.
But he's right.
I know he
right.
is.
Yeah.
He'd be making money for TNT like he does. One thing before you go, the talk of the box office is the movie Air. And I want you to clear the air up. Were you asked to contribute to that movie or anything? And I saw one headline that said, "Did Barkley trash talking keep him from being part of the movie?" You're mentioned in the movie. Do you get paid when they mention your name? And have you seen the movie Air yet?
I haven't seen it yet. We had Ben Affleck on our podcast last week. Me and Ernie have a podcast, and Ben takes a shot at me, which was really cool. He said, Chuck, have you seen the movie yet? I said, no, I haven't seen the movie yet, Ben. He says, well, I took a little shot at you, me and Matt, because I've known Ben and Matt for a long time. And he said, and then Ernie says, can I please tell him? Because Ernie had saw the movie the day before. I went to play golf. I'm not going to watch no damn movie when the sun is shining. and I said, Ben, you took a shot at me? He said, yep. Me and Matt decided to have some fun. So I guess the line in the movie, Ernie tells me, says, nobody wants to watch Charles Barkley play basketball. So guys, what's really cool, my mentor at Nike is played by Chris Tucker, and he called me every day for like a week or so just to be like, hey, I need to talk to you about this guy. So I'm a big part of the movie. I already knew I was going to be because me and Michael were in there together at the same time. Nike's been great to me. I'm still with those guys today. I'm still on the contract today. So I hear I'm mentioned in the movie quite a bit. So I'm looking forward. And I hear the movie is great. I mean, the reviews have been great. And I'm looking forward to watching it. The only thing I got to do, I got to get my Auburn Tigers into Nike gear and get out of that Under Armour stuff. Hey, so guys, I talked to a bunch of my NFL friends. They were very happy with Auburn this spring. So I haven't been able to pay attention because of March Madness and the NBA playoffs. So we had a good spring.
Yeah, you brought in a lot of portal offensive linemen, so it starts off really good there. Your running back room's really good. You're already good. I would say.
I mean, Freeze doesn't like the quarterback room.
Yeah.
He's being nice about it, but I think he'd like another quarterback out of the portal.
I think you're only going to be as good as you end up being at quarterback. Robbie Ashford probably can win you 7 or 8 games on your schedule.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
But I'll take 8 wins right now.
Yeah. If Lance was here, he's still recovering from tonsillectomy, but if he was here, he'd probably say he'd take that bet, but I'm going to leave that up to him. I would tell you that I'm still, and I think Brown agrees, we're still expecting Auburn to be shopping in the quarterback portal right now.
Well, I think, listen, I got a really nice call from Coach Freeze when he got the job, and I told him, man, anything you ever need from me, I think he's playing coy, to be honest with you. I think we're going to have a really good season. I think he likes our quarterback room. I think he just, I really do, because, listen, this is what I love about Bruce Pearl. Hey, man, I just got to coach him up. Everybody wants 3 and 4 stars, but if I get a 1-star, my job is to make him a 2-star. If I get a 2-star, my job is to make him a 3-star. I mean, you think about what he did with Malik Willis at Liberty. I mean, he got him drafted really, really early. I mean, if he was 3 inches taller, he would have been the number 1 pick in the draft. His size held it back. So I know Coach Freeze is going to coach him up. And they told me they did a great job in the portal. We're doing a good job with recruiting. So I'm excited for football season.
Yeah, we all are, of course. But.
And you get to still play Georgia and Alabama. I checked your schedule. You get still get to play them every year.
Hey, listen, they're coming to Auburn this year, brother.
That's right, different game there.
Hey, they're coming to Auburn this year. We are ready. We're going to be locked and loaded for the Iron Bowl. I mean, I can't wait. You know how much I love the Iron Bowl. I cannot wait. You tell my boy Josh up in Tuscaloosa, when he come down, let me know, because it's going to be an ass kicking coming when they come down to the plains.
I love talking smack to Maxon.
To Josh Maxon,
Yeah.
I like that.
Hey,
Show us that Redmont logo one time. Let me see that Redmont logo. There you go. Look at there. There it is. Redmont vodka.
Shout out to Jonathan, Eleanor, and Montel, my team in Birmingham. And, hey, I just want to say all that on that point. I want to thank Alabama for the tremendous support with Redmont. We're doing great in Alabama. You know, obviously we're expanding to other states, but I just want to thank everybody in Alabama who has supported Redmont.
Yeah.
It's a lot of support, and we do appreciate it too. Redmont, a great partner of ours. Did you ever get to play Augusta? We never got an update on that.
Oh my man, let me tell you something. It was one of the coolest things.
Oh, you
I did
played?
it last year. I did. It was one of the greatest days of my life. But I got to tell you something. Man, I was so pissed. First of all, John Rahm is one of my neighbors in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
He's one of the great dudes you ever gonna meet. Man, I was on my knees begging for a live golfer to win the Masters. I ain't gonna lie. I did. I wanted a live golfer to win it so bad. I really did. I wanted a live guy to win it so bad, so desperately. I mean, I really did.
Well, Charles, I appreciate your friendship, man. Maggie and I are going to be in vacation in Arizona next week. We fly in Friday, and she said, should I book a hotel for the first couple of nights before we head to the desert? I said, no, Barkley still keeps his key under the flower plant by the door. So I'm just going to stay at your place the first 2 nights.
You want me to tell the security guard? Because you know Maggie, she's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the best Dunaway. There's no doubt about that.
No doubt.
No, she's definitely the best Dunaway.
No.
But listen,
Have you ever?
hey, where you staying in Arizona?
Have you ever heard of this thing called glam camping, where you're out in the desert and
Glamping.
glamping,
Glamping,
where you're in these tents with you get electricity, but you're in tents and stuff in the freaking desert. I think she's trying to kill me, Barkley.
Hey, let me tell you something. First of all, that's white people stuff. Black people don't go camping. Black people do not camp. We do not camp. Okay? There's no reason to ever sleep outside on the ground under any circumstances. That's why they got a thing called beds in 2023.
I will take a restaurant recommendation for Friday or Saturday night, so we can go ahead and book a reservation. Let me know.
Hey, Mastro City Hall.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. That's my favorite steak place in Arizona. Mastro City Hall. It's amazing.
Were you not
You're
with
gonna
us?
love
See,
it.
Charles sent us there when we were out there for Alabama Clemson. We ate there. It might have just been me and Lance, but
Yeah,
Charles
I think
sent
I
us there.
probably had to do TV
I think
that
you had
night.
to do TV. That
Yeah.
place was terrific, and the coolest thing is the piano in there. That guy, I mean, he slays it, Charles.
Hey, live music, the bar scene is ridiculous. I mean, I go there at least once a week. I'm telling you, it is fabulous. You're gonna get a great steak off it.
Yep.
But the atmosphere is not one of a kind.
Yeah, it really was. You sent Lance and I there, and it was very good. Charles, thank you for the time. We love you. Always great talking with you.
I love you guys. Thanks for having me. War Damn Eagle.
All right, buddy.
You
Take
too,
care.
buddy.
Charles Barkley with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.